Yeah, hello and welcome to the Spring 2021 GIT Awards. I'm your host, Professor Prescott Perez Fox, and the announcer is Professor Christina Karaskia. Oh, your GIT faculty is proud to host this event and celebrate the semester's successes. Here we are tonight, the faculty. They are Chad Westover, Christina Karaskia, Deborah Pruitt, Jessica Barnett, John Henches, Dr. Lori Ralston, Penny Dolan. I'm Prescott Perez Fox, and Susan Squire is our program chair.
Our academic program relies on the industry partners, and we are very thankful to our Industry Advisory Board.
They are led by Anthony Garoni and appointed a new lead for fall 2021. Welcome to the Industry Advisory Board. And most important, welcome to our students and their friends and families.
Tonight, we recognize our student clubs, will award student work as voted on by the industry, and will honor student achievements and celebrate our graduating students. Alumni often tell us the most valuable experiences they had in college were as part of a student organization. The ASU Film and Media Club is a social club dedicated to those who create. If you're a member, please wave and be recognized. The Poly Photo Club is an active community for all student photo enthusiasts. If you're a member, please wave and be recognized. The Poly Photo Club is advised by Professor Chad Westover. The Poly Photo Club showcase highlighted work from GIT senior Ann Weisbecker, junior Amy Hector, and digital culture major Adrian Sanchez. Our event tonight is sponsored by the AIGA Poly Student Group. AIGA is the 100-year-old professional organization for design, so these students are already active in the professional design community. AIGA Poly is advised by me. And our executive board is President Kayla Arbelius, Vice President Katrina Hammond, Treasurer Ashley Fuller, Secretary Hannon Hanna, Social Media Lauren Armstrong, and Historian Kristen Hughes. This semester, the club successfully started our first business. This is our threadless page, and you are welcome to visit and buy some sweet GIT and design merch. Link is in the chat. The GIT curriculum is project-based, so each semester students create many portfolio pieces. At the conclusion of the semester, our local design community votes on those pieces. Students will receive a digital badge via Badger, a digital credentialing system used to create skill-based recognition. The badge is displayed in the Badger backpack and can be linked to from a resume or portfolio, shared on social, or embedded with HTML.
Oh, look at that.
The first category is motion graphics. Entries include narrative, character-based, or dynamic animations with a combination of computer-generated graphics, visual effects, text animations, or digital reproductions of drawn images.
And the participants are Abby Ryder, Alyssa Thornhill, Daniel Bautista, Drew Groh, David Quintero, Jacob Saltrick, John Blair, and Zane Maxwell.
Third place in motion graphics goes to
David Quintero.
second place in motion graphics goes to
Drew Groh.
and first place in motion graphics goes to
John Blair.
The next category is branding systems and campaigns. Entries are a collection of elements which work together to create unified, consistent, and flexible brand campaign assets that communicate a brand campaign value.
And the participants are Kate D'Agostino, Kristen Hughes, Lauren Armstrong, Maricela Bravo, Rihanna Romero, and Scott Goldstein.
Third place in branding systems and campaigns goes to
Scott Goldstein. All right.
and tied for third place in branding systems and campaigns goes to
Lauren Armstrong.
second place in branding systems and campaigns goes to
Maricela Bravo.
and first place in branding systems and campaigns goes to
Kate D'Agostino. Right.
The next category is digital products. Entries are products viewed or interacted with via a browser, on a computer, on a handheld device, or through combination of interconnected surfaces and interaction models, web, mobile, kiosk, exhibit, or game console.
And the participants are Amanda Aylmer, Amy Hector, Ashley Samulak, Daniel Bautista, Daniel Polterak, Kate D'Agostino, Katrina Hammond, Kieran Asawa, and Sarah View.
Third place in digital projects goes to
Katrina Hammond.
second place in digital projects goes to
Kieran Asawa.
and first place in digital products goes to
Kieran Asawa.
and tied for first place in digital products is
Kathy McDermott.
the next category is illustration and composites. Entries are single pieces or a series of pieces that are hand-drawn or digital. Composites or photo manipulations combine multiple images and or vector elements into a new composition.
And the participants are Albert Schweitzer, Consuelo Leon, Daniel Bautista, Daniel Bynum, Daniel Polterak, Danica McKay, David Quintero, Emily Northrup, Harleen Yago, Jacob Prohet, yeah, Jasmine Smith, Jesus Canes, Justin Emmerich Agon, Justin Ho, Kate Staines, Katrina Hammond, Kayla Cossack, Kira Yazzie, Molly Shevek, Maya Scott, Parker Morano, Rada Whittington, Samantha Olson, V. Dumas, and Valerie Gilbert.
That is a lot of names. This was a very popular category. Yes. Third place in illustrations and composites goes to
Daniel Polterak.
Second place in illustration and composites goes to
David Quintero.
And first place in illustrations and composites goes to
Albert Schweitzer.
the next category is photography. Entries are single images or a series of related images that are captured in camera.
And the participants are Alfredo Diaz, Alyssa Thornhill, Amy Hector, Ashley Fuller, Brian Millett, Emily Northrup, Gabe Hoffer, Hanan Hanna, John Blair, Madison Foster, Molly Shebek, and Venkatesh Lakshmi Narayan.
Third place in photography goes to
Gabe Hoffer.
Second place in photography goes to
Emily Northrup.
And first place in photography goes to
Amy Hector. Ooh.
Yeah. I love the way the chat is blowing up with so much support for your amazing peers. Thank you. The next category is print and digital collateral. These are single pieces for output for print or digital.
And the participants are, it's like Venkatesh Lakshmi Narayanan. I'm just going to say that one first. Alexis Paz, Amanda Elmer, Anna Tran, Ann Weisberger, Ashley Samulak, Chloe Jackson, Daniel Bynum, Daru Groh, Hunter Saylor, Jacob Saltrick, Jacqueline Boy, Gennaro Torres, John Blair, Justin Heaton, Justin Ho, Katrina Hammond, Lauren Armstrong, Madison Greenlee, Maya Scott, Rachel Epps, Samantha Olson, Scott Goldstein, Sean Chowdhury, Trey Lee, and V. Dumas.
Third place in digital and print collateral goes to
Justin Ho.
And tied for third place in print and digital collateral goes to
Amanda Elmer.
Second place in print and digital collateral goes to
Venkatesh Lakshmi Narayanan.
And tied for second place in print and digital collateral goes to
Scott Goldstein.
And again, tied for second place in print and digital collateral goes to
John Blair.
First place in print and digital collateral goes to
Katrina Hammond.
And tied for first place in print and digital collateral goes to
Gennaro Torres. Oh, dogs.
Next GIT Awards, all puppies all the time, just puppies. The next category is user experience. Entries are documents aimed at developing a particular product, system, or service, considering a person's emotions, behaviors, and attitudes with human-computer interaction.
And the participants are Anaya Gupta, Ashley Fuller, Catherine Gomersall, Hanan Hanna, Kate D'Agostino, Kayla Arbelius, Kiran Asawa, Rachel Epps, and Venkatesh Lakshmi Narayanan.
Third place in user experience goes to
Anaya Gupta. Puppies.
This is a user's home feed or a user's Spark feed. Instead of a never-ending home or news feed, Spark outlines daily Sparks or posts of the day for you. Every day, Spark randomly selects and displays 4 new posts from different groups a user is part of. Clicking on a Spark like music in this case will take the user to a new post with the intent to bring out a sense of discovery and intrigue. This subsides the desire of never-ending scrolling. Now, how does Spark decrease dopamine levels? To start off, Spark only supports visual and audio posts. For example, in the basketball group, here you see some image posts and one audio post at the end. But there are no numbers of reactions or comments on each post. Users can like or comment on a post and even click to see all comments, but cannot see how much engagement a post got. This combined with users only getting one static notification a day decreases the reward-centric ideology, reduces dopamine levels, and overall gives back control to users. Now, Spark tries to increase serotonin by limiting use of the platform. First, there is a universal escape button on the top left corner of the app. Individuals who may get overwhelmed by the activity on the platform or just tired of the content can click on the escape button to a calming picture, web page, or even sound. In my account, clicking on the escape button takes me to a bunch of pictures of puppies. Additionally, Spark adopts an inbox zero concept by monitoring usage of the platform. If Spark recognizes that a user has logged on multiple times within 2 hours, the user will be prevented from seeing their feed and encouraged to get off of their device. Finally, let's move on to how Spark addresses cortisol levels. As seen before, users cannot view all consolidated posts at once. They must pick the group they are interested in viewing. This is because of the mandatory post-to-group relationship. Every post must be associated with a specific group and will only be displayed to users of that group. For example, clicking on the dog group only displays all dog-related posts. This further compels users to act with a purpose and reduces cortisol levels because users won't see arbitrary content in a holistic newsfeed. Additionally, Spark has no filters, so when a user goes to post a visual post, there will be no built-in way to edit or add filters as they only further social comparison and elevate cortisol levels. Spark does this to further its mission of elevating authenticity and eradicating selective self-representation.
Second place in user experience goes to
Kate DiAgostino.
first place in user experience goes to
Venkatesh Lakshmi Narayanan.
the next category is video. Video entries are cinematic or live action examples where at least one aspect was captured in camera.
And the participants are Alfredo Diaz, Alyssa Thornhill, Amy Hector, Ann Weisbecker, Ava Hansen, Brian Millett, Cameron Lee, Catherine Gummersall, Daniel Polterak, Danica McKay, David Romero, Eric Martin, Gabe Hoffer, Isaiah Garola, Gennaro Torres, Jordan Milner, June Fang, Justin Ho, Kayla Cossack, Kai Nguyen, Madison Foster, Parker Morano, Shelley Linford, and Skylar Crandall.
Third place in video goes to
Madison Foster.
It's been a little minute, but we're back.
Second place in video goes to
Skylar Crandall.
People who commit graffiti often share two things in common: anonymity and a lack of talent.
I think there's a lot of people that are neglected in art. I don't know if it's who made the paintings or what, but
25歳のキース・ヘイリングさん。
Tell us where this painting is going.
It was made for a wall at Children's Hospital.
Warhol realized that Basquiat, as a wild child in an expensive suit,
Art for the people.
just for a change, you know.
What is street art? Not to be confused with graffiti, street art has carved out its own definition within recent decades. What was once illegal and seen as vandalism now covers entire cities and has spawned its own movement in the art community. As the predecessor to modern street art, graffiti can almost be thought of as typography, or a style of writing mixed with art that started to come about in the 60s and 70s, most likely originating in Harlem, New York. Derived from the Greek word graphene, which literally means to write, it is categorized by its often colorful and elaborate tagging. This style of art quickly became popular and spread across New York, with early names Basquiat and Keith Haring leading the scene. It wasn't long before people started to realize the potential graffiti had either. It quickly became a way for speaking out against society or ensuring their voices were heard, and often coincided with pushes for social change. This wasn't anything new though. Believe it or not, graffiti has always been a way for suppressed voices and disenfranchised groups to show their protests, advocate for local causes, or even as a social media style of communication. Funny enough, there are thousands of samples from ancient Rome that paint an eerily similar picture to modern-day Twitter, with messages ranging anywhere from promoting a political candidate to declaring superior sexual prowess. Like for the Romans, modern American graffiti quickly spread throughout the 60s and 70s as a form of communication, and soon after we would see it be used as protest. Like with the art along the Berlin Wall, or pieces surrounding the civil rights movement in America, graffiti began to evolve into a more visual and symbolic style of art. The art form was bursting with potential and inspired artists everywhere who were desperate to be heard. Jean-Michel Basquiat's painting Defacement sheds light on police brutality, made after another artist in front of his, Michael Stewart, was beaten to death at the hands of the NYPD in September 1983. Keith Haring was another artist turned activist, with his pieces focusing on nuclear disarmament or the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Fast forward to today, we have those who have received incredible recognition for their activist artwork. Like the UK artist Banksy, who recently sold his piece Game Changer for $23 million. In Paris, there was Blake Lerat, who pioneered the iconic stencil style that found Banksy's recognition. A common theme with all of them is that their art is practically synonymous with activism and peaceful protest. Even this year, we've seen some amazing examples of how effective it can be when used to send a message. Recognize this man? George Floyd's face is known worldwide, and the street art surrounding the Black Lives Matter movement has been an incredibly effective vehicle for social change and peaceful protest. So the question is, when does graffiti and vandalism become art? Do we judge it by its legality or whether or not it was commissioned? If graffiti is text-based and street art is image-based, is that the only distinction we should make? Personally, I don't believe it's necessary for art to mean something, and likewise not all street art is symbolic or comes with a message. As it has gained popularity and become more accepted medium over the years, we definitely see it pop up as decoration or expressed without any ties to suppressed sentiments in society. That being said, however, I do believe that advocacy has played a huge part in the creation of contemporary street art. And this ability it holds to give voices to the disenfranchised within society is part of what defines it today.
Entirety of the Roman Empire.
And first place in video goes to
Ava Hansen. All right. It's better than Spotify.
a personal
Sorry.
opinion.
In the UX category, but yeah.
Peak performance projects are from students and teams that excel. Tonight we'll feature the GIT Creative Agency projects and select senior capstone projects.
Oh, that's you.
The agency is an elite team of students chosen through application process to run a fully operational design agency. From client brief and scope to design and delivery, students will produce cross-media design solutions, gaining real-world experience in an academic setting.
All right. Well, the agency folks this semester, some of their names you've already seen, but we had 7 fine folks who are going to be speaking in just a minute, if we can get them unmuted. They are Alicia Fricky, Kathy McDermott, Daniel Bynum, Gabe Hoffer, Katrina Hammond, Madison Foster, and Maddie Greenlee. And at this point, I want to turn it over to Daniel, who's going to introduce the first project.
Thanks, Professor. First project is the American Table Tennis Association. It's a nonprofit organization based out of San Diego, California. They aim to spread awareness about the sport of table tennis, as well as a youth outreach program. But before they could spread their wings, really, they needed some identity, and we were able to help with that. So to kick us off, here's Kathy.
Thanks, Daniel. So ATTA emphasized the need for a dynamic brand that expressed innovation, accessibility, excitement, and competitiveness. So we started by researching traditional American sports brands, mostly to understand what we should avoid. And then we looked to more experimental branding and European sport teams, since we wanted to capture a more progressive, bold, and fresh energy. Then we defined the brand values, message, target audience, and personality, which helped us craft this system of logos, typography, colors, signature gradients, and even a variety of patterns that heighten the cohesiveness of the brand identity. The brand patterns not only mirror the texture of the paddle, but it also reflects the international growth of table tennis as the pattern expands to include the entire world map. Now I'll pass it off to Madison Foster, who will share insight on the photo and video elements.
Oh, is Madison here?
No. Well, Madison may not be with us, but Madison did an incredible job of organizing this photo shoot. The owner actually flew out to Phoenix. She put everything together. She even brought gel lighting and did video shots as well. So we were able to create an entire media package for the client.
And then for their web identity, we wanted to take our branding that we created with all the fun, dynamic colors and youthful look And we first started with researching various nonprofit organizations, both sport and non-sport ones, to get an idea for what type of information that they had, like teams, news, and things like that, and how they laid things out. We then created wireframes and high fidelity mockups for both desktop and mobile, and implementing the brand identity throughout the use of all of the colors and imagery. These mockups will eventually be handed off to a developer quite soon, and it will go live later this summer.
All right, our next project that we had is Give a Latte, which is an internal to GIT project that is inspired by ASU's own Dell Web Construction School of Construction. It is a donation platform and an alumni outreach program supporting specifically GIT. This was created from the ground up by the agency, and Katrina is going to introduce this one.
Thanks, Daniel. So for this project, we ultimately settled on the idea that we wanted something that stood out from other ASU donation platforms. We wanted something more approachable and enticing so that GIT alumni and students would want to give back to the program. So for this, the identity, we followed similar GIT branding, such as focusing on the black and the gold colors. And then as shown here, we came up with a design system. And we wanted to go with the idea of a coffee shop vibe. So you can see it through the coffee cup and the crest. And then these all came from our illustration style, which Gabe is going to share.
So when pitching our initial concepts to the clients, we proposed basically two design schemes that originated from our research. The first was a more traditional university style, much like the one that you can see on ASU's websites. The second style we proposed, or second branding concept we proposed for the campaign, was a more unique illustrative style that our clients ended up going with. Right here you can see basically a sample of all of the custom illustrations that we created for the client, both of people and then of more coffee-related items like the coffee beans, the mugs, and whatnot. In making this style, we wanted to both show the marrying of creativity and technology that the GIT program prompts, as well as reflect the diverse group of students that the program hosts. Now to speak about our web design choices is Maddie.
Thanks, Gabe. So after doing the research on what style we wanted to choose, we did even a little bit more research on how to implement that style into ASU branding, as well as their standard site layout. Something we did to make us look a little bit different than the usual donation platforms that you see is we actually made the site a one-page site that allows for easy donating and just easy, speedy donating in general. This project will now be handed off to an internal developing team at ASU that will be able to bring the website to life.
Okay. And thank you to everyone in the agency for your hard work on both of these projects over the course of the semester.
Graduating seniors each complete a capstone project to showcase their learned skills. Here are some highlighted projects from this semester. Professor Pruitt, would you like to unmute and talk a little about each one?
Sure. Sorry, I don't have much of a voice. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sort of. Okay. Nick did a really great responsive e-commerce site. He even has, I believe it's already live, mudhorse.art. Am I right, Nick? If Nick is here. Yeah, I believe that's what it is. And oh, okay, this is Travis Baker. He did branding for a group that, an artist, musical artist. Rihanna did a project that involved branding as well as creating a new web online presence for this company, Antigone Books, which is in Tucson. It's a bookstore in Tucson. This is, let's go ahead and play this. It's relatively short, but it's very powerful, by Brian. Crumpton. And my favorite part is at the very end, everything else by Brian Crumpton. It was an awesome job, very powerful. Ashley did one of the most thorough usability and user experience studies I've ever seen. She even had a complete dashboard. Look at this dashboard of all of the data that she collected. This is pretty amazing. Bravo, Ashley. And it's interesting because they actually ended up changing their site based on the first meeting with her, which I think is pretty awesome. Isaiah did a great study on graffiti art, street art around the Phoenix area.
Thank you, Professor Pruitt. Achievement awards include unique awards given by the faculty to students who are excelling at a specific skill, elite student teams, and outstanding students. And I'll hand this off to Professor Pruitt.
Yes, UGTAs, we all love them. UGTA I had this semester for 340 was a lifesaver. She helped me with demos. She helped just really be part of my brain, because as most of us, part of our brains were not working very well this year. So Daniela Urtiega Diaz, if I can speak, thank you so much if you're here. I really appreciate all your help. Yes, and greatest grader. And I actually have this as a grader plus because this wonderful person not only helped me with grading, but also helped me streamline some processes with submitting. And again, a lifesaver this semester. Thank you, Nicole Dirks.
All right, this one is my award. This is the Dark Horse. And the Dark Horse goes to the person who isn't necessarily the biggest bombast, doesn't command the most attention, but the person who quietly heeds the lessons, takes the feedback, shows himself to be coachable, and improves their work during the course of the semester. And so this is the person that is a really solid candidate in the future. And this year, Macaulay Clement.
Next up is Dr. Ralston.
It's yeah, it's me. I can't see me. Is that okay?
You're on.
All right, all right. So I'm sorry, the echo's killing me. Thank you. This semester, Cole Conderman was my UGTA in GIT 315, my video course, and Cole was the most helpful and useful person. I had a really great UGTA last semester with Cameron Lee, but Cole stepped in and taught a class, almost a whole class, and did it with such smoothness and I think the students really connected to him when he did it. It was really, really great. So Cole has also already been accepted to a master's program at Boston College. And to me, he is really going to be leaving the GIT program and making tracks. So I really appreciated everything he did for me this semester. It was really, really helpful. So Cole, you'll have a little gift coming your way.
And next is an award from Dolan and Westover that I believe Professor Westover might be unmuting and sharing.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Yes, this semester in the photo studio, it's been interesting with all our pandemic restrictions and the difficulties of managing an in-person required class at this time. So we wanted to give some recognition to Justin Johnson, our lab manager, studio manager. He's done a great job. Thank you, Dustin.
Excellent. Thank you, Professor Westover. Our next award is given by AIGA Poly. It's the Sousa Spirit Award, and it's after Robert Sousa, who was a student who was passionate about design and connecting the design community across campuses. He was our first AIGA Poly president and was active as a member in the GIT Club during the days of its legacy and influence on campus. He cared deeply about connecting fellow GIT students with opportunities and experiences that would advance us in the industry. But beyond that, he was always willing to pitch in and lend a helping hand or a listening ear to those in need. He consistently fought to bring community together in the name of design and was willing to voice his opinion in things that mattered in design and the community, no matter what the opposition he might receive was. He was a champion for our program and consistently challenged us to examine our thinking and practices in the name of growth and design. Unfortunately, Robert passed away in 2018, but AIGA Poly wanted a way to honor his spirit and keep his passion alive. So in his honor, we developed the Sousa Spirit Award for dedication, passion, connection, and growth. It comes with a year membership to AIGA, the professional organization for design, and an engraved pen and journal. It is with great honor that I extend the Sousa Spirit Award to Rita Whittington. Congratulations, Rita. Outstanding awards recognize our most extraordinary students. Nominations were made by both students and faculty. Students and faculty nominated candidates who are currently showing outstanding achievement and supported their nominations by citing the spaces in which their nominee excelled. The faculty then analyzed and determined the winners from all of the input. And here are all of the nominees for outstanding students.
Okay. All right. Aiden Gunick, Albert Schweitzer, Alfredo Diaz, Alyssa Thornhill, Amanda Aylmer, Amanda Tren, Amy Hector, Andrew Ball, Angela Valenzuela, Anna Tran, Ava Hansen, Ben Thomas, Brian Laredo, Kathy McDermott, Krista McGoey, Cole Conderman, Daniel Bynum, Daniel Palterak, Daniela Ortega Diaz, Daru Grower, Gabe Hoffer, Grant Divobis, Isabel Zimmerling, Jael Peterson, Janet Hermosillo, Jasmine Smith, John Blair, John,
Classic Karaskia misspelling. That's mine.
Okay, Jordan Witter, Justin Ho, Kate DiAgostino, Kate Staines, Kayla Arbelius, Kira Yazzie, Kristen Hughes, Kieran Asawa. Did we lose a part of that name? Lauren Armstrong, Lindsay Robinson, Macaulay Clement, Marianne Simhauser, Marissa Turnage, Michaela Gardner, Maya Scott, Nicole Dirks, Patrick Pay, Paul Stanton, Rebecca Farnsworth, Brianna Romero, Rita Whittington, Samuel Lovemark, Sophia Soto Herrera, V. Dumas, and Will Francis.
That is so many wonderful, outstanding students. Thank you all for your nominations. And here are the winners. But first, we have a message from one of our alumni, and this is Adam Lay. He's a graduate from 2015, and he's currently a software engineer, or senior software engineer at Adobe. So much great talent coming out of the GIT program this year. I was blown away at all the quality of submissions. My best piece of advice is work on personal projects outside of school. Keep adding to your portfolio, apply all the internships you can, and keep learning. Technology is evolving every day. One of the best skills you can have in this industry is the ability to adapt and change. Keep up with what's new and never stop learning. You've got this. And from Morgan Clark, a junior designer at Lavage and an ASU alumni, as well as on the board of directors for AIGA Arizona. Morgan says, so impressed by the talent of this class. Stay curious and always look for mentors. They'll be there to help you work through creative blocks while keeping you sane during these times, like pandemics. Also, be kind to yourself. Just because you might be home all of the time doesn't mean that you should be working all of that time. Find friendships or hobbies away from your computer. You're doing great, so keep going. And from our industry advisory board, Will Mejia, the vice president of design at Melt Media. You did it. Now what? Well, there's a few things to consider as you're beginning your career. Be patient. You're not the only one looking for work out there. Be confident. Recognize you bring that's different. Be entrepreneurial, find a side hustle you love, be yourself, be humble, ask questions, learn from failure, get involved, join a network or community or of your interest, and seek mentorship find guidance from industry veterans. Congratulations to all of you and best of luck on your journey. Woo! I'm gonna personally thank him for the woo on that. And now our outstanding student awards, students and faculty candidates who are currently showing achievement in motion graphics.
And the nominees are, do we have nominees?
We already did the nominees.
Oh yes, that's right. Everyone's a nominee.
We should probably update the script.
Yep.
And the winners are?
The winners are, okay. Grant Devil This, Patrick Fay, Justin Ho, Samuel Lovemark, Krista McGoey, Linda Robinson, Marianne Simhausen.
Congrats to all of you. The outstanding student in design is
Daniel Bynum and Gabe Hoffer.
Congratulations. Outstanding photography student is
Amy Hector and Gabe Hoffer.
Outstanding video.
Will Francis, Michaela Gardner, and Ava Hansen.
Outstanding print and digital publishing student is
Andrew Ball and John Blair.
Outstanding user experience student is
Daniel Polterak.
Outstanding web design and development goes to
Angela Valenzuela.
And our Rising Star student is an all-around amazing student who's in their lower division classes. And I'm very happy to announce that winner is
Lauren Armstrong.
Our Superstar student is an all-around amazing student who is in upper division courses. And the winner is
Amy Hector.
Graduating student awards. Finally, we'll reflect on the accomplishments of our graduating students. You can join us, graduates, in two separate events. One is in a drive-through celebration on Friday, April 30th from 10 to 10:30 in the Technology Center parking lot number 30 at ASU Poly campus. The second event is a live in-person GIT graduation celebration on Tuesday, May 4th from 10 to 11:30 in the Cooley Ballroom at ASU Polytechnic. This is required registration as only 50 people can be in the room at once. It will be for graduates only, and you're optional. You can wear your regalia, but please let us come and honor you. But again, full social distancing required, masks and registration so that we can keep that number down. As you go out into the real world, be proud of your success in completing your degree in the GIT program, which is identified as the 8th in the nation for graphic design, which is adjacent to RIT in Savannah. We have 113 graduating seniors this spring 2021, and now Prescott will tell you every single one of them. And JK.
Okay, I was just making sure. Just making sure.
Congratulations to our 113 graduating seniors.
Look, Mary Griffin twice.
While there are many outstanding and amazing graduates, one truly stands above all in the number of GIT awards that she has received, in her dedication to the AIGA Poly Club, and her amazing UX talents. Our outstanding graduating senior is
Ashley Fuller.
We have 15 graduating master's students in this spring 2021. And the master's program, the MS Tech in GIT, was rated one of the top schools in 2019 for top UX schools, as well as the top 25 in masters for UX and interaction design from bestmastersprogram.org. The outstanding GIT master's student for spring 2021 is
Hannon, oh, go ahead. No, it's mine. Hannon, Hannah, and Hannah Norris.
Congratulations. This has been a wonderful, if not problematic, evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we go, we have one last special announcement. Professor Squire is retiring this semester, and so we want to say thank you to her and announce that our new program chair is Dr. Ralston. So we'll give a quick thank you. She wants to come on video, yes, and say hello. But congratulations on your retirement, Professor Squire.
Okay.
Are we on?
I guess. I don't know. I can't see myself, so it's killing me. Okay, let's try that. Oh, there we are. Yes.
Just
Old
wanted
new.
to, yeah, old and new. Just wanted to say it's been probably, oh, now I'm going to cry.
No, don't do that.
This has really been a highlight of my life, being with all of you in GIT. So super excited to be retiring. We have some fun things planned. I now have 4 grandchildren. 2 grandchildren were born during COVID. So I'm excited to spend some more time with family, but I will definitely miss you all. But Dr. Ralston is going to do a great job. I'm super excited for her.
And she's on speed dial, so I'll be talking to her a lot. But I look forward to working with you all and, you know, just helping us go on and keep doing the good stuff we've been doing. I mean, this semester has been amazing. The work you've done is amazing. And I just want to, you know, help the students, help the faculty keep doing what we do in GIT.
So keep up the good work. Yeah. I will be logging in to future awards ceremonies. I am not leaving, just leaving GIT for now. So keep up the good work, and we're just so proud of all of you.
Congratulations to all our winners this evening. Feel free to stick around in the chat and talk to each other. Congratulations. Good night.